Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Welcome, parents, students, and guests. I am so happy to be with you this afternoon to hear about all the honors our students will receive at this scholarship event. I am very excited about investing in the future of some very, very bright and deserving young people sitting out here in the audience today. Of course, the main focus will be on our honorees and our scholarship recipients, as it should be. However, we do want to thank everyone who has contributed to the scholarship fund, which means so much to our youngsters and their parents for providing in past years around $250,000 in scholarships. Now, I don't want to steal Drenda's thunder, so I'm going to let her give you the exact amount when she speaks, but I just know it's a huge amount of money. And as superintendent, I'm actually aware that every year the standards get higher in this world in which our young people will be entering after graduation. It gets more challenging. It's no longer sufficient just for our teachers to get students to graduate from high school. They need some kind of post-secondary training or other skilled training after high school, which is part of the pathway to success. But financing this post-secondary training can be out of reach for many families with today's high tuition costs. So that's why we are so grateful for the generosity of organizations like the Norwood Scholarship Foundation and all these individuals sitting here. They are helping our bright young people realize the promise of becoming productive contributors to our community. So I want to ask that we give a big round of applause for the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. They are truly deserving. And I want to thank everyone for attending today. Congratulations to our students and their parents. So thank you, and I am going to turn the program over to Drenda King, who is our Norwood Scholarship Foundation president. So Drenda.
Thank you, Mrs. Rowan. Good afternoon. As president of the foundation, I am pleased to be able to hold our annual scholarship assembly. Thanks to all trustees, especially Angie Barber, for helping to make this event happen. There's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of number crunching. The Scholarship Foundation is a very unique organization established for the sole purpose of endowment to the students of Norwood High School. We are one of the few school districts in the state of Ohio to have the benefit of such a foundation. I would like to explain how the Scholarship Foundation was started. In 1962, Miss Charlotte Kim, who was then the Dean of Girls that you would call assistant principal now, signed a new will leaving her entire teacher's retirement payable to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation Faculty Memorial Fund, much longer name then. That was about $6,200. To carry out her wishes, the foundation was organized and incorporated through the state of Ohio as a nonprofit organization. Governed by a board of trustees, the foundation has been fortunate to have had many teachers, administrators, business leaders, and citizens serve as trustees in the 60-plus years of the foundation's existence. We are most grateful to all of their efforts and their contributions. Today we have with us Tina Akers, Angie Barber, who's our vice president, Sharon Freihoff, who is the corresponding secretary, Nicole Wiseman, who is the treasurer, Doris Riddle, Betty Green, who's the secretary, Mark Gabbard, Brian Lammers, Mike Mayfield, Melissa Stacy, and Peggy Schneider. Mr. David Norcross is absent today. Since 1962, the Scholarship Foundation has been the recipient of many donations from faculty members, Norwood families, students, community leaders, and organizations. This morning, you will hear their stories and how they are being honored. These stories will give you a true sense of the influences the name scholarships have had within the Norwood community. We are grateful for all of these donations that have been received over the past 60 years that enable us to provide the scholarships to the seniors of Norwood High School. The students receiving scholarships today have worked hard to obtain high grades and qualify for our scholarships. Congratulations to the class of 2025. The number that I started with was about 6,300 with Ms. Kim. Today we'll be giving out over $400,000. I had the pleasure of presenting the first scholarship. Patricia McMullen was the class of 1979. She was a member of Honor Society and loved being a statistician to the track team. After Norwood, she went on to Miami University to earn her degree and spend her career at the IRS until her unexpected death at the age of 54. She was a member of Mensa and attributed her great education at Norwood in helping her attain that designation. Patricia was a lover of arts, was a voracious reader, and especially loved music. She was very loved and is dearly missed by her family and her many loyal friends. The Patricia A. McMullen Class of 1979 Scholarship is presented to Carly Buchanan. Carly plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in chemistry. Melvin and Ellen Fitzharris. Melvin was a 1946 graduate of Norwood High School, and Ellen was a 1947 graduate. He was a longtime volunteer with Mended Hearts at local hospitals. He was a true gentleman, anxious to help and kind to everyone. They had no children. We received a will, and the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation was receiving funds. This scholarship is presented to Stella Martin. Stella plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in social work. Richard A. Gerbhardt was also a 1946 graduate of Norwood High School. In a charitable trust, Mr. Gerbhardt left a sizable amount of money to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation, Children's Hospital, and Denison University. This scholarship is presented to Hannah Hubbard. Hannah plans to attend the Christ College of Nursing to major in diagnostic medical sonography. Mary Nell Griffin Scholarship. She was a founding member of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation. Her long, rich, productive life included 38 years at Norwood High School as a physical education teacher, counselor, and administrator. In 1995, she was enshrined into the Norwood High School Hall of Fame Athletic, honoring her contribution to the community and women's sports. Her scholarship recipient is Estefania Delgado. Estefania plans to attend UC, majoring in nursing. Presenting next is Angela Barber, alumni, Norwood High School guidance counselor and foundation vice president.
I'm going to be honoring two students who were eligible for our scholarships through the foundation. However, they received scholarships through the University of Cincinnati, where they'll be attending. and it is called the Chaudry Family Scholarship. Mr. and Mrs. Chaudry, first-generation graduates of the University of Cincinnati with 3 master's degrees between them and now very successful in their fields, created the Chaudry Family Scholarship, gifting $4 million to their alma mater. Beginning this fall, 2025, the scholarship will support approximately 150 first-generation students attending UC. This all-inclusive scholarship will cover full undergraduate tuition, housing, and meal plan for 4 years. The Chaudrys describe the scholarship fund as a gesture of their gratitude and appreciation to the University of Cincinnati and hope that it will help students in need to complete their college education and change their lives. We are pleased to announce that 2 of our graduating seniors this year have been awarded this generous scholarship. The first recipient is Abigail Edmond. Abigail will be majoring in biomedical engineering. The second recipient is Omar Khalil. Omar will be attending UC to major in pharmacy. Presenting next is Blair Murphy, alumnus and Norwood firefighter and paramedic.
Good afternoon, thanks for coming. I'd like to say congratulations to all you children over here. You're still children right now. Go ahead and follow your dreams, chase them. And congratulations to the parents. You guys have done it. First scholarship I'm going to present is the Robert Plogman Scholarship. Robert Plogman lived in Norwood and graduated from Purcell High School. After a distinguished military career from 1965 to 1969, where he was a Navy frogman, Bob joined the Norwood Fire Department. On June 22, 1980, a fire occurred at 5146 Carthage Avenue. Firefighter Plogman was on off-duty at the time and was called in to assist due to manpower shortages. Another fire was happening simultaneously on Hopkins Avenue. Firefighter Plogman was operating on the aerial ladder in heavy smoke-filled environment when he came in contact with a high-power voltage line. He was electrocuted and died on scene. Bob was 35 at the time of his death. Because of his heroic actions, Firefighter Plogman was promoted to lieutenant posthumously. The Robert Plogman Scholarship recipient this year is Matthew Murphy. Matthew plans to attend University of Cincinnati for exploratory studies. Sorry guys, I knew this was going to happen. The next scholarship I'll be presenting is the James Condren Scholarship. James Condren was appointed to the Norwood Fire Department in 1957. He was one of the first paramedics certified in this Hamilton County. On December 26, 1977, James responded to a call to assist a patient. During treatment of the patient, Jim was inadvertently stuck by a needle, and over the next 6 years, he was in and out of the hospital battling complications from the disease of hepatitis B. Jim retired on a service-related disability from the department. He ultimately died from his complications. Because of Jim's experience, personal protective equipment became mandatory, and healthcare workers were encouraged to get the hepatitis B vaccine. His impact on healthcare is still felt today. This scholarship was created in his honor. The James Condren Scholarship this year is Laney Murphy. Laney plans to attend the University of Cincinnati and major in pre-physical therapy. Presented next is Diane Katsanis and Maria Lifke, wife and granddaughter of James Katsanis.
Diane Katsanis couldn't make it today. Joining us instead is their daughter, Mary Katsanis Yulskamp. My grandfather was a 1950 grad of Norwood High School. He was a son of Greek immigrants, and his family valued education and hard work. He continued his education at the University of Cincinnati and received his undergraduate degree in 1953 and his law degree in 1955. He went to school on an ROTC scholarship. After graduation, he then proudly served his country in the Air Force and retired as lieutenant colonel. After active duty service, he started a private practice, and after 50 years, he reluctantly retired from a career he loved. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to get emotional. He was happy to give back. Sorry, can't see with water in my eyes. He was happy to give back to his high school and deserving students. His advice to all of you students today would be to work hard and dream big. No, that's okay, I'm almost done. The James Katsanis Scholarship recipient is Reneen Kassam. Reneen plans to attend The Ohio State University, majoring in political science.
One more thing. Wait a minute.
Presenting next is Amanda Shepard Bright, Shepard family granddaughter.
Hello, I have the honor of presenting 2 scholarships today. The first is on behalf of the Shepard Chemical Company. The Shepard Chemical Company has been a corporate citizen of the city of Norwood for over 100 years, since its founding in July 1916 by my great-great-grandfather, Lee Shepard. The Shepard Chemical Company is proud to support the good work of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation and the graduating seniors. The Shepard Chemical Company Scholarship recipient is Carly Buchanan. The second scholarship I am proud to present is the May Davenport Scholarship. May Davenport, my great-grandmother, was a graduate of Norwood High School, class of 1927. She lived to age 102, and she lived it well, and credited her long life and success to paying attention in class every day, studying hard, and doing her homework. The May Davenport Scholarship recipient is Nina McKenzie. Nina plans to attend The Ohio State University, majoring in clinical psychology. Presenting next is Don Westermeyer, son of Edna Westermeyer.
Thank you. My mom was a lifelong resident of Norwood. She died at 85, lived in the same house from the time she was born until the time she died. She was a graduate in 1943. She raised myself, my 2 brothers in Norwood. My youngest brother, who's gone, graduated in 1974. My middle brother graduated in 1970, and I graduated in 1966. Some of you may know my mom because she was a teller at First National Bank of Cincinnati in Norwood for about 20 years. And she also was a member of Zion Church and served in many of the committees there. The scholarship that's in her name is being presented to Rita, I'm trying to find her name, Rita Alcantara. Rita plans to attend the Cincinnati State College, majoring in pastry arts and business. The next presenter is Chuck Richardson.
Good afternoon. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. All right. I have the pleasure of presenting 4 scholarships this afternoon. The first 2 are from the Norwood High School Athletic Boosters. The Norwood Athletic Boosters is an organization that is formed to contribute money to the Norwood High School and middle school sports teams. Booster clubs are popular in American schools and the high school and university level. The clubs are generally run and organized by volunteer parents of students supported in the organizations of the high schools and by athletic supporters and fans at colleges. Fundraisers are often held to raise money for supplies or equipment that students may need for trips that they need to take. One special contribution that the Norwood Athletic Boosters makes each year is a scholarship to a male and female athlete. Our first recipient this afternoon for the Norwood High School Athletic Boosters Female Scholarship is Riley Stanley. Riley plans to attend The Ohio State University, majoring in forensic anthropology. The Norwood High School Athletic Boosters Male Scholarship recipient is Graham Metz. Graham plans to attend Georgetown College, majoring in graphic design, and also Graham will be playing soccer at Georgetown College as well. The next scholarship that I will be presenting is the Higgins Family Scholarship. Howard James Higgins graduated in 1943 from Norwood High School. Jim excelled in sports during high school, setting high school track records, and in 2003 was inducted into the Norwood High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Jim graduated with honors from the University of Cincinnati with a bachelor's and master's degrees in English, psychology, and history, and lettered in track and cross country. Jim served in the United States Navy for 3 years on the USS Conklin in the Pacific during World War II. He also served as a ranger in Glacier National Park. Jim went on to teach and coach at Withrow High School for 40 years. Jim is a generous philanthropist to his church and other community causes. Upon his death at the age of 91, he set up 2 scholarships to be given to a male and female scholar athlete every year at Norwood High School. The Higgins Family Female Athlete Scholarship recipient is Reneen Cassim. Renee will also be attending The Ohio State University, OH. The Higgins Family Male Scholarship recipient is Logan McGinnis. Logan plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biological sciences. Presenting next is Dr. Rebecca Sawyers, former Norwood High School cheer coach.
All right, good afternoon. On October 13th, 2005, the Norwood City Schools and community lost someone very special, a life taken far too soon. At the tender age of just 13, Danielle Marie Franklin, known lovingly as Danny to many, would actually have turned 33 this May 7th. Danny was more than a student at Norwood Middle School. She was a cheerleader, a spirited friend, and a bright light in our halls. Her smile was contagious, her energy unmatched, and she radiated everything we call Norwood pride. Danny was full of life, full of love, and full of promise. Cheerleading wasn't just an activity, it was her passion. She worked hard, lifted others up, and brought joy to everyone around her. Though her time with us was short, Her impact was and continues to be immeasurable. I was blessed to know Danielle personally as her 7th grade cheerleading coach. Although my tenure in Norwood City Schools as a teacher and coach ended in 2016, to this day I keep a picture of her in my office, not just as a reminder of what we lost, but of who she was and what she still represents. In education, we often talk about how teachers and coaches shape students, and while that's true, those of us lucky enough to work with young people for any length of time know the truth runs deeper. Our students shape us even more. Their laughter in the hallways, their resilience, their unfiltered honesty, those are the moments that define our careers and, frankly, our lives. With that being said, I hope all the students in the audience, especially you, know and realize each of you are impacting the lives of your staff members, students, teachers every day. Danielle was one of those students. She shaped the hearts of her teachers, her coaches, her classmates, and even years later, she continues to shape us. Her story is one of heartbreak, yes, but also of hope, strength, and the enduring power of memory. It is an honor and a privilege to present this scholarship today, a scholarship that holds deep meaning for the Norwood community and me. This award was created in Danielle's memory, and it reflects the values she lived every day: dedication, spirit, positivity, and the ability to lift others up, even when facing your own challenges. With that being said, the Danielle Franklin Scholarship recipient is Tess Pickett. Tess plans to attend Wright State University, majoring in nursing. And I don't know Tess, but I heard you're absolutely perfect. Like, basically, you're perfect. You're sweet as can be, and your outfit is amazing. So it's great to meet you. Congratulations. Best of luck. Presenting next is Chris Hall, class of 1965 alumnus.
It's an honor for me today to present 2 scholarships. The first one is for the class of 1965. 10 years ago, the Norwood High School class of 1965 celebrated its 50th graduation anniversary. They were grateful for their education, development, and help at Norwood High School. It was so rewarding, and it laid the foundation for them to become who they are today. They decided to give a legacy gift to the high school to commemorate the occasion. Its purpose would be to give back and give forward to future graduates. So alumni from class of 1965 donated monies to establish this new endowed scholarship with the High School Scholarship Foundation. Today, it's about graduates who stand ready to take the next step in their journey in life. You have gifts and talents in you right now that you haven't tapped into. You might be teaching at a school one day, you might be running it, you might be working at a business, one day you're going to be owning the business. When we dream alone, it's only a dream. But when we dream together, it's the beginning of a new reality. Your schools, your family, your alumni, every sponsor of a scholarship here today are dreaming with you. The class of 1965 scholarship recipient is Layla Cave. Layla plans to attend Mount St. Joseph University, majoring in psychology. The second scholarship is the Gaby Family Scholarship. The Gaby Family Scholarship was endowed to recognize the contributions made by Dr. T.W. and Bernice Gaby to the Norwood community. It was also endowed to acknowledge the education received by their children who graduated from Norwood High School. The 3 T's, time, talent, and treasure, were role modeled by Dr. and Bernice Gaby. They would be pleased that a Norwood High School scholarship has been endowed for students to continue their education. This scholarship is being presented to a student who has demonstrated academic success, leadership skills, extracurricular school activities, volunteer work, and community involvement. The Gaby family recipient is Hannah Hubbard. Presenting next is Michael Mayfield, alumnus, Norwood City Schools teacher and foundation trustee. Michael.
Good afternoon. I have a stack of checks. So we're going to get started. We have 7 of them. The first one is the Hill Family Scholarship, and it's with gratitude for and in appreciation of the education afforded their family. The Hill family established a scholarship in memory of Nellie and Evan Hill. Nellie and Evan's own educations were interrupted by the Great Depression, but whose hard work and encouragement allowed their children and grandchildren to pursue higher education. The Hill Family Scholarship recipient is John Baker. John will be attending Northern Kentucky University, majoring in law. Our next scholarship is the Irvin Pangalo Kiwanis Scholarship. Irvin was a 1936 graduate and member of the state championship baseball team that same year. He was awarded a football scholarship to UC. Mr. Pangalo served his country during World War II, and after 20 years abroad, Mr. Pangalo returned to Norwood, where he was involved in a number of organizations, including Kiwanis Club of Norwood. Mr. Pangalo was a firm believer in civic involvement in education. The Irvin Pangalo Scholarship recipient is Kylie Hatton. Miss Kylie plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biological science. Our third, William and Merle Ripperger Scholarship. The William and Merle Ripperger Memorial Scholarship was established by their family and friends to honor the memory of 2 longtime Norwood educators. Both taught at Williams Elementary for many years, and their 3 children graduated from Norwood High School. As dedicated and beloved educators, the Rippergers would be pleased to know that their memorial scholarship helps Norwood students. The William and Merle Ripperger Scholarship recipient is Michaela Bryce. Michaela will be attending the University of Cincinnati, majoring in human development. Our next is George Bub Cooper. George Bub Cooper was an outstanding athlete and scholar. He died of a rare muscle cancer in 1982 in 8th grade here at Norwood Junior High School, is what it used to be called. The scholarship awarded to a senior who amplifies the strength and character that George showed while he was a student at the junior high. The George Bub Cooper Scholarship recipient is Logan McGinnis. The Edward and Alice Wilson Class of 1923 Scholarship. Mr. Wilson initially set up a scholarship to honor the Class of 1923. Upon the deaths of both Edward and his wife, Alice, the family added their names to the scholarship to honor the Wilson family, along with the Class of 1923. The Edward and Alice Wilson Class of 23 Scholarship recipient is Layla Cave.
Any high school juniors right now, 110, please head back to your sixth bell. As you hear that, you can head back to your sixth bell. Thank you. Sorry.
I mean, if you skip, it's anything to... Two more. This is the Right Pat Credit Union Scholarship. There will be two of them. Right Pat is a credit union that is not a not-for-profit financial cooperative owned by the members and dedicated to the philosophy of helping people achieve greater financial success for themselves and their families. Their vision is to be the best financial institution their members have ever experienced and the best place their employers have ever worked. The Right Pat Credit Union honors 2 Norwood High School students with scholarships in furthering their secondary education. The first Right Pat Credit Union Scholarship recipient is Tess Pickett. The second Right Pat Credit Union Scholarship recipient is Isaiah Current. Isaiah will be attending Wright State University, majoring in musical theater. Hi, Isaiah. Presenting next is Nicole Wiseman, alumna, Williams Avenue Elementary teacher and foundation treasurer.
Good afternoon. I also have 7 scholarships to present. The first one is going to be the James L. Hull Scholarship. Jim Hull taught history for the Norwood City Schools for 5 decades, from 1956 to 1993, at the middle school and Sharpsburg Elementary. His emphasis was Ohio history, and he was the host of WCET's Our History in Ohio. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. Mr. Hull cherished the Norwood students and felt it was a pleasure to teach. The James L. Hull Scholarship is presented to Silas Bullard. Silas plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in games and animation. The Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer Foundation Scholarship. Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer graduated from Norwood High School in 1952 and was a straight A student. She and her husband, Edgar, live in Fort Worth, Texas, and have established the Schoolmeyer Foundation to contribute to many worthy causes. The Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer Foundation Scholarship recipient is Brianna Howard. Brianna plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in nursing. Kathy Shelby, class of 1986 scholarship. Kathy Shelby was born and raised in Norwood, Ohio, graduating from Norwood in 1986. While at Norwood High School, she was a cheerleader, a member of the pep band, and later became the band field commander. Her teaching career began and ended in Norwood City Schools. She was a very giving and loving person and always looked out for the best interests of her students and those she loved. The Kathy Shelby class of 1986 scholarship recipient is Eli Ham. Eli plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in mechanical engineering. The Silas Clifton Smith Scholarship. Silas Clifton Smith graduated from Norwood High School in 1961 and then attended the Cincinnati Art Academy. His memorial scholarship honors family members who also graduated from Norwood. The Silas Clifton Smith Scholarship recipient is Estefania Meza Delgado. Lawrence W. and Virginia Hill Scholarship. Lawrence and Virginia Hill. Virginia was a 1945 graduate of Norwood High School. Virginia and her husband never had children, but in their will, they designated that a portion of their estate go to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation to support students in furthering their secondary education. The Lawrence W. and Virginia Hill Scholarship recipient is Ella Fajardo. Ella plans to attend UC Blue Ash, majoring in nursing. The Gary McDowell Scholarship. Gary was a graduate of Norwood High School and the University of Cincinnati. He was a veteran of the U.S. Army Reserve. Gary was a lifetime competitor. As a child, he loved backyard games of croquet, badminton, and wiffle ball. In his teens, he bowled for the Pepsi-Cola All-Stars and played football for Norwood High School. The Gary McDowell Scholarship is awarded to John Baker. The Al Salt Scholarship. Al Salt was a graduate of Norwood High School and worked for WKRC TV station for many years. He worked as a production manager until he retired. After retirement from the WKRC Channel 12, he returned to his roots to help out the TV studio located at Norwood High School. The Al Salt Scholarship recipient is Silas Bullard. Presenting next is Robin Brewer, Norwood High School teacher and niece of Frank and Gary Kurtz.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all of our seniors, the ones already up here and the ones waiting. Fabulous job this year, guys. So my family's roots go back to the 1930s in Norwood. Unfortunately, I was not a graduate, though. My mom was a country girl from Tennessee, and when she got engaged to my dad, she said, sorry, I can't live in the city, so you got to choose. And last month, they just celebrated their 55th wedding anniversary out in the country, so I wasn't blessed to graduate from Norwood, but Norwood's very near and dear to my heart. So my Uncle Frank and Aunt Jerry both grew up in Norwood. They attended Norwood View Elementary, and they became sweethearts back in the 4th grade. They stayed that way their entire lifetime. After graduation from Norwood High School, Frank went to serve in the armed forces. When his duty was done, Frank returned home to marry his longtime friend, Jerry. They resided initially here in Norwood, where Frank and Jerry began to invest in the lives of Norwood student athletes and members of the YMCA clubs. Frank and Jerry often provided food, clothing, shelter, and financial assistance to students in need. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jerry would be proud to know that they are still investing in the lives of young people today. The Frank and Jerry Kurtz Scholarship recipient is Noah Davis. Noah plans to attend Bluffton University, majoring in business administration. The Norwood Teachers Association, which I've been a proud member of for 32 years now, is the next scholarship we have. So the Norwood Teachers Association knows firsthand how important education is for the future of our society. With that said, the Norwood Teachers Association is committed in helping students of Norwood High School advance their future. The Norwood Teachers Association scholarship recipient is Caleb Hinton. Caleb plans to attend Ohio University, majoring in pre-vet services, which I've already told him means he'll attend to my pets in the future. Presenting next is Sarah Darty, alumna and president of the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club.
All right, I have 4 scholarships I'm going to be presenting today. The Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club, we just celebrated our 90th anniversary here in Norwood. The sole mission of the club has always been and is still today to promote interest in and provide service to our community. Through its voluntary services, some of the club's charitable benefactors include the Zion Food Closet, the Linus Project, Citizens on Patrol, and the Scholarship Foundation. Additionally, we also provide food baskets to families in need during the holidays. More importantly, biggest fundraiser is Norwood Day, which I hope some of you have attended in the past. And this year is going to be taking place at Waterworks July 19th, so we hope to see you there. So the first scholarship goes to Olivia Gervasio. Olivia plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in business. Our next scholarship is the Nora Overstreet Scholarship. Nora Overstreet was an active member of the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club for over 25 years. Born in Paducah, Kentucky, Miss Overstreet moved to Norwood in her early 20s and became active in various organizations throughout the community. Upon her death in 1998, she bequeathed a large portion of her estate to the club scholarship fund. The Nora Overstreet Scholarship recipient is Nadia Merriweather. My next scholarship is the Memorial Scholarship for our club. In celebration of our 85th anniversary in 2019, the club voted to create a memorial scholarship in memory of all the wonderful women who worked diligently over the years for the betterment of Norwood. Today, we honor their dedication and contributions to the club by presenting this scholarship to deserving young women. The Nora Business and Professional Women's Club Memorial Scholarship recipient is Nina McKenzie. My final scholarship today is the Dedication to Education Scholarship. Due to the sudden death of longtime member Sue Brewington, a dedicated teacher and lifelong Norwood resident, Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club endowed this scholarship for women entering the field of education or its support. It's our hope that the recipient will bring knowledge to those who are eager to learn in any field and lift up other women in society. The Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club Dedication to Education Scholarship is Michaela Bryce. Presenting next is Mark Gabbard, Norwood alumnus and current Norwood High School principal.
I have the pleasure of doing the next 8 scholarships. And it's still, each year I get up here and I reiterate this, over $400,000 going out from our alumni is just simply amazing to me. I love it. The first scholarship is the Harold Funk Scholarship. Harold Funk is a resident, as a resident of Norwood. Mr. Funk served on the Norwood Board of Education for 36 years and as a trustee of the foundation. Harold was very generous with his time and money for the students of Norwood City Schools. The Harold Funk Scholarship recipient is Estefania Meza Delgado. Next, we have the James Down Memorial Scholarship. Jim Downs attended Norwood View and North Norwood Elementary Schools. He is a 1964 grad of Norwood High School, where he lettered in football, basketball, and baseball. He graduated from the University of Cincinnati in Business Administration and served in the U.S. Army Reserves. Jim died unexpectedly from cancer in 1994. The James Dow Memorial Scholarship recipient is John Baker. Next is the Timothy Joseph Miller Scholarship. Timothy Joseph Miller graduated from Norwood High School in 1986. After high school, he pursued a teaching degree at Northern Kentucky University and then went to Florida to teach. Along with teaching, Tim had a passion for music. He played guitar in high school and with his church. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2006, and after fighting a hard battle, he passed away in 2011. He showed spirit and determination in everything that he did, and although Tim is no longer with us here, his impressions were left on those that knew him that will last forever. The Timothy Joseph Miller Scholarship recipient is Tatiana Gatson. Tatiana plans to attend Mount St. Joseph University, majoring in criminology and minoring in forensics. Next is the Virginia Todd Scholarship. Virginia Todd graduated from Norwood in 1936, and when graduated, she went on to University of Miami and Columbia University. She taught at Sharpsburg for 34 years, retired in 1974, and passed in 2007. She was a lifelong member of the Norwood Presbyterian Church, and in appreciation of the schools and the community of the generous donations that was given by her to the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. The Virginia Todd Scholarship recipient is Reneen Kassem. Next is the Ted Dorrell Scholarship. Mr. Dorrell was born and raised in Norwood. He attended Williams Avenue Elementary, where he graduated from Norwood in 1932. In 1938, he and his friends Paul Fern opened up Dorrell and Fern Florists. Mr. Dorrell was well known for his involvement in a variety of Norwood associations. He served over 20 years on the Norwood School Board, the Norwood Civil Service Commission, the Norwood Presbyterian Church, the Norwood Historical Society, and the Ohio State Florist Association. And he was one of the founding members of the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. The Ted Dorrell Scholarship recipient is Rita Alcantara. Gary Charlton Scholarship. Gary Charlton graduated from Norwood in 1968. He was voted most outstanding co-op in his senior class. He taught at Norwood City Schools until his untimely death. He's a graduate of Xavier University, where he studied business. Gary was a devoted and knowledgeable teacher. His family and friends donated funds to honor the life of Gary Charlton. The recipient of the Gary Charlton Scholarship is Silas Bullard. Next is the Roger Hinkle Scholarship. The Norwood community lost one of its own hometown heroes on March 26th of 2014 when Roger Hinkle of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department passed away after a 3-year battle with cancer. Roger was a 1976 Norwood grad who was an all-league linebacker his senior year and in the old Hamilton County American League. He continued his football career with Western Kentucky University, where he was also president of his Sigma Nu fraternity. After graduation, he entered the Marines, where he married his Norwood sweetheart, Sally Connolly. Roger retired from the Marines in 1997 as a captain, where he flew the largest helicopter in the U.S. fleet, the 53E Super Stallion. After returning from the Marines, he joined the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department as a helicopter pilot to serve the community. Roger is survived by his wife Sally, daughter Kelly, and sons Jake and Patrick. After his passing, a group of his friends and family band together to start the Roger Hinkle Scholarship Fund to honor Roger. The Roger Hinkle Scholarship recipient is Brody Hooks. Brody intends on attending the University of Cincinnati, majoring in English, creative writing, and marketing. My last scholarship for you, the Lisa Dyer Tanner Scholarship. This was always a tough one for me. 1989, Lisa graduated from Norwood High School and taught in Norwood City Schools at Allison and Norwood Elementary View for 23 years. Lisa married Chuck Tony Tanner in 1996. Together, they gave life to 2 boys, Ryan and Jake Tanner. She attended Northern Kentucky University, majoring in elementary education from the University of Cincinnati. During her time as an athlete, she played softball and cheered for basketball and the football teams. Was also named the homecoming queen of 1988. Lisa was an avid sports fan and an enormous part of Norwood Indians Nation. But above all else, she loved education and she taught with her love. Lisa spent much of her adult life paying it forward for the love of education and countless children who considered her not only a coach and a teacher, but a mentor and a friend. The scholarship was established in Lisa's name to ensure that her passion of education, the Indian Nation, and the Norwood community lives on today for many more years. The Lisa Dyer Tanner Scholarship recipient, Lacey Brown. Lacey is planning to attend Mount St. Joseph University, majoring in nursing. Next to the podium is Miss Susan Gesselbrock.
Good afternoon. I am honored to present a scholarship named for my family in honor of my late father, mother, brother, and sister-in-law. My dad went to Norwood View and my mom went to Sharpsburg. They met here in this school when they were sophomores in high school and married 10 years later. After graduating from Xavier and serving time in the Navy, my dad came to work here as a teacher and later served as principal for 20 years. My mother was a volunteer for the PTA, for the Athletic Boosters, the Alumni Association, the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club, and for several years was president of the Scholarship Foundation. My brother Jerry graduated from Norwood in 1963. Later, when his kids were growing up here, he was involved in Little League, the Athletic Boosters, the Alumni Association, their golf outing, and the Athletic Hall of Fame. My sister-in-law, Doris, grew up in Kentucky, but adopted Norwood as her hometown after she married my brother. I don't know why she ever married him. She was too good for him. She, too, was an active volunteer for the city of Norwood and the high school, so much so that people came to believe she was a Norwood graduate. I'm honored to present our family scholarship to Eli Ham. I am a very proud member of the Norwood High School class of '68. It was great. And I'm here to present the scholarship for the classes of 1967 and 1968. As kids, we were kids. We grew up together. We had the best time in the parks. And now, as seniors in life, we still hang out together and still have the best time. We always talk about our wonderful memories of Norwood High School. Today, I'm happy to present a scholarship from the classes of 1967 and 1968 to Kylie Kylie Hatton. And now it's my honor to present Taylor Folk from the class of 2016.
Good afternoon. Back in 2016, my two best friends and I graduated from Norwood High School with a shared love and appreciation for what this school and community had provided for us. Two of the most important things that we were blessed with was a group of friends that would last a lifetime and the opportunity to continue our education in college. In 2019, as we were getting ready to graduate college, we decided that we wanted to give back to this amazing community and help others pursue their dreams as well, so we created our own scholarship. The criteria for this scholarship was simple. The recipient was asked to share in an essay how they embodied loyalty. Loyalty is the personal characteristic that means the most to myself and my friends. It's what we have seen from some of our greatest mentors, what we seek out in our teammates and colleagues, and most importantly, it's what's kept us together for all these years. Our recipient today understands the value of loyalty and has demonstrated it throughout their life. For 9 years, they devoted their life to dance and to perfecting their craft. This loyalty to dance, or perhaps even more importantly, their dance teacher, has taught them self-discipline, hard work, and perseverance, and has helped turn them into the person they are today. With that said, I am honored to announce that the 2025 recipient of the Ariaza English and Focus Loyalty Scholarship is Stella Martin. Presenting next is Dave Bucco, alumnus and son of Mary Morris Bucco.
Thank you, Taylor. As Taylor said, my name is Dave Bucco, and I, like a lot of folks up here and a lot of you all, am a graduate of this high school, graduating in 1981. Man, that was a long time ago. It's my pleasure to be here representing my two sisters, Dale and Lynn, and my brother Jim, who taught at Williams Avenue Elementary. I'm here to award the Mary Morris Bucco Memorial Scholarship. Our mother attended Norwood High School, where she met her future husband, Jim Bucco. Together, they raised 5 kids, all who went to Norwood Elementary School and then on to this high school. Back in 1981, I received a scholarship during this amazing, awesome ceremony. Like other families, we didn't have a lot of money to pay for college tuition. Our mother was forever grateful for the generosity of this school district, so much so that prior to her death, she asked our dad to start a memorial scholarship in her name to show her appreciation. I'll tell you what, after 38 years of giving the scholarship, it's still very meaningful for us to do so. Mary was involved in the PTA, the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club, the Athletic Boosters, and Mom worked for 2 different companies here in Norwood. I strongly believe our mom would be very happy about the recipient of this year's scholarship. This is what one of her teachers had to say about this student. I love that she is the one chosen for your scholarship. Riley is a dedicated and hardworking person. She is one who is fully engaged in discussion and keeping up with what goes on in the classroom. I can always rely on her to get the job done. She takes rigorous classes and pushes herself to full potential. She works very well with others and volunteers her time to student council, where I believe she is in a leadership role, and with Hope Squad. She has been a member for 3 years in that group. She was prom queen last year and has a diverse group of friends that she cares for deeply. She's a true leader and always has a smile on her face, and that's from Miss Viltrakis, her art teacher. So, it is my pleasure to present the Mary Morris Bucco Memorial Scholarship to Riley Stanley. The next presenter is Angie Zwick, daughter of William Wallace.
Hi, I'm here to present this scholarship in honor of my father, Dr. William Wallace. He was a man whose life was a testament to resilience, service, and an unwavering love for this community of Norwood. My father graduated from Norwood High School in 1962, a proud moment for a young man whose parents never owned a home or a car. His talent and determination on the athletic field earned him a full-ride scholarship to Marietta College, an opportunity that changed the trajectory of his life, because without that scholarship, college would have been an impossible dream. At Marietta, he earned a degree in geology, though he'd later laugh and say that wasn't the wisest choice. His athletic prowess was undeniable, recognized again in 1996 when he was inducted into the Norwood Athletic Hall of Fame. He was drafted by the New York Yankees, although back then that didn't pay very much money. So he decided to pursue a dream. He chose to go to the Air Force. That was during the height of the Vietnam War. After 4 years of service, he returned with a clear sense of purpose, not to chase his first love of art, but to serve others in a meaningful way. He set his sights on dentistry, determined to return to Norwood and invest in the city that shaped him. He spent 3 years at the University of Cincinnati earning a degree in health sciences, and then went to the Ohio State University College of Dentistry. In 1977, he came home to Norwood and opened his dental practice on Montgomery Road. For 38 years, he served his community with compassion, skill, and a commitment to making people smile. His office, now 48 years strong, remains a cornerstone of the city. Dr. Jared Graham, who was like a son to him, has continued in the footsteps of my father and kept the practice going. He did pass away in 2015 from cancer, and my mother and I were determined to keep his legacy alive. So this scholarship embodies his belief in the power of opportunity. Like this scholarship that gave him a chance, we hope this award opens doors for the recipient and fuels their dreams and reminds them that hard work and heart can take you very far. The recipient for the William R. Wallace DDS Scholarship is Brody Hooks. Presenting next is Leanne Greenberg, alumna and daughter of Kenneth Linder.
I get to present 2 scholarships to 2 very important men in my life. One of them was my father, who graduated in 1950 and walked across this stage. In 1950, they gave out 3 scholarships. He got 2 of them. I think we should be very proud of where the Scholarship Foundation. I can always feel my father's spirit when I'm up here, and one of the things that's important to us, to a lot of us, about giving these scholarships out is the legacy. We want these people to be remembered, and I hope that any of you recipients who don't know much about the people that you are getting the scholarships about will try to find the givers and ask them a little bit more about who they are. Whoa, I'm rolling, excuse me. All right, so I will go on. Dad was born in the back bedroom of a house on Hunter Avenue in 1932, and he bled Norwood. He was involved in anything and everything. And he requested one of the things that my mother requested when my father passed away in 1998 from cancer, that when we give out the scholarship that we explain that one of the most important things to my father was reading. I always thought he was the smartest man in the world. He said, no, it's because I read a lot. So please, read everything, whether you agree with it or not, and find out what the world is about. Now, I would like to present my father's scholarship, and please I apologize if I do not pronounce your name right. This person is going to the University of Cincinnati majoring in criminal justice and human services, which is great because Dad went into pre-law. And the person's name is Jacqueline Gatruz Carvalho. The second person I'm presenting for was a young man. I say young because he passed away in, I think, 1994. His name was Paul Delph. Paul Delph and I met when we were in first grade at Sharpsburg School, and we both graduated from high school in 1975. He was an extremely talented musician. He was also talented in art. Unfortunately, Paul succumbed to AIDS in 1994. He was president of band, I was president of choir, we were best friends. And I'm very pleased that the person who will be receiving this is going into musical theater, because in Paul's senior year, he got to play Tony in West Side Story. And so the person who is receiving this is Isaiah Current. He told me he loves my hair. All right, presenting next is Tina Akers, Sharpsburg Principal and Foundation Trustee. Thank you.
Okay. I have the pleasure of presenting 7 scholarships today. So my first one is the Hayden and Madeline Sizemore Scholarship. Hayden and Madeline Sizemore met in France during World War I, and after that, they became residents of Norwood, residing on Quatman Avenue. Hayden was a justice of the peace and a realtor in Norwood. They were very grateful to Norwood schools because their niece from France learned English and American traditions during the year that she had lived with them. She attended Norwood High School. The Sizemore's Memorial Scholarship is a reflection of that appreciation and gratitude. This year, the recipient of the Hayden and Madeline Sizemore Scholarship is Tatiana Gaston. The second scholarship I'll be presenting is the Dr. Catherine Sabo Scholarship. Dr. Sabo grew up in the city of Norwood and attended Norwood City Schools. She graduated from Norwood High School in 1986 and went on to attend Indiana Wesleyan University for her bachelor's degree, Xavier University for her master's degree, and Miami University for her doctorate. Dr. Sabo began teaching in Norwood, then went on to King's and Claremont Northeastern, and returned to Norwood in 2008 as the principal of the middle school. She was appointed superintendent of Norwood City Schools in 2017. She believed in this community and the ability for education to make a critical difference in the lives of students. Dr. Sabo's battle with cancer ended in October 2019 at the age of 51. Following her passing, her family discovered a homework assignment in her childhood belongings that she had completed while a student at the Norwood Middle School. The essay was titled, "What Do You Want to Be When You Grow Up?" She had written, "When I grow up, I want to become a teacher at Norwood Middle School, or maybe an administrator, like a principal or a superintendent." The Dr. Catherine Sabo Scholarship recipient is Ella Fajardo. The Marilyn and Harry Walter Scholarship is my next one. It's Marlene. Marlene Cole Walters graduated from Norwood High School in 1958 and married Harry that same year. They reared 4 children who, along with several grandchildren, also graduated from Norwood. Marlene and Harry were kind and gentle people who were very active in schools where their children attended. Marlene's family established this scholarship after her death in 1984 to continue her support for her great loves, children and music. The Marlene and Harry Walter Scholarship recipient this year is Brianna Howard, who will be attending The Ohio University. Next, I'll be presenting the Brandon Morris Class of 1999 Scholarship. Brandon Morris didn't begin attending Norwood High School until his senior year, but his infectious smile, amazing personality, and kindness caused him to make many friends with practically everyone almost immediately. He was always up for fun, enjoyed being part of the wrestling team, playing music, spending time with family, and rooting for the underdog. He was a peace lover and a hard worker, working 2 jobs in order to attend college. Brandon died much too young, a true hero, laying down his life for friends during a robbery. His family and friends are proud that he shines on through this scholarship in his name. The recipient of the Brandon Morris Class of 1999 Scholarship is Riley Stanley. The Ross Dunn Scholarship is next. Ross Dunn was a World War II vet who taught at Norwood High School and served as head of the Social Studies Department for many years. He and his wife helped many Norwood students obtain a college education. Upon his death, he left a trust fund with the interest to be awarded yearly in a scholarship. The Ross Dunn Scholarship recipient is Jacqueline Gutierrez Carballo. Next is the Mike Seibert Scholarship. Mike was a longtime teacher and coach at Norwood. He loved working with young people and always tried to bring out the best in his students and athletes. Mike is truly missed by his family and friends. His passing at the age of 61 while on a daily run was truly a wake-up call for the rest of us. He lived his life to the fullest and would recommend that for everyone. He wanted to be able to give and help a deserving student with a scholarship. The Mike Seibert Scholarship recipient is Tatiana Gaston. Lastly, I am presenting the Teresa Backscheider Community Service Scholarship. Teresa Romanello Backscheider was a 1977 graduate of Norwood High School, where she was an Indianette and a member of various organizations. After graduating from the University of Cincinnati, she came back to Norwood to teach in the high school. After teaching for 18 years, she became a guidance counselor for the Norwood Middle and High Schools for a total of 10 years. When she was diagnosed with a brain tumor, her chance of survival was slim. With determination and strength, she beat the odds and continued her work for more than 4 years. This scholarship was created to honor her and her legacy as a Norwood Indian and to create a helping hand for anyone in need. The recipient this year of the Teresa Backscheider Community Service Scholarship is Graham Metz. Next presenter is Kelly Brokamp, daughter of Ron Pence.
Hi, my name's Jeff Pence. I'm here with my sister Kelly Brokamp, and we're here to present the Ron Pence Family Scholarship. Ron was a 1958 graduate of a Norwood High School who enjoyed sports, reading, and cars. He was a quarterback for Norwood and played all 4 years at that position. His teammates nicknamed him Otto for Otto Graham, the great Cleveland quarterback. He played basketball and track also for Norwood, where he developed a love of running. He would keep meticulous logs of his running around the old Norwood cinder track that was right out here. He kept detailed notes and logs of many things. He loved reading and researching, whether it was cars, sports, history, or investing. His children believe his success was his love of reading and a drive for more knowledge. After high school, he joined the Air Force and became an airplane mechanic. He was awarded Airman of the Month by a colonel who recognized his attention to detail. He went on to work at Ford in the Sharonville plant in 1963, where he took advantage of their electrician apprenticeship program and eventually retired after 36 years. He enjoyed retirement by listening to music on his jukebox, watching movies, and taking his fully restored 1970 GTO to car shows, where as a child of the 50s, he loved to lay down rubber with a good burnout. He learned about car repairs and mechanics class that was offered through Norwood's vocational program, which was in place in the 1950s. And I remember a basement over here that used to hold cars that people would work on. Ron could have gone to college, but for whatever reason did not. He chose a path to success through the automotive industry and took advantage of everything it had to offer. He was an example of a quiet success that comes through perseverance and humility that his children and his sister Carol admire to this day. He was very proud of his Norwood roots in his education. His children have also felt that pride from their aunts and uncles who grew up and graduated from Norwood. Ron's children are grateful for their roots to the city and the school and look forward to hearing from our scholarship recipient about her plans and successes. The Ron Pence Scholarship recipient is Rita Alcatera.
I'm Mark O'Keefe, and thanks for the announcements. I know these things go on long, but I want you to remember that every one of these scholarships was put together because of someone that had a major impact on our family's lives and a lot of other people's lives. And we felt good enough about the education that we got here at Norwood that we wanted to make it a little easier for you guys to afford going to college. So congratulations to you all. It was May of 1979. My whole family was gathered to celebrate the graduation of my parents' first grandchild, Tim, from Norwood High School. It was a great night. Everybody had a lot of fun. 10 days later, my younger brother, number 4 of 6, drowned in a canoeing accident. Dealing with the pain and the loss of that experience, during that summer, Tim inherited from my brother Patrick his car, because Tim was going to go to Xavier University. So I taught Tim how to drive a stick shift. He also inherited my brother Patrick's drum set. Pat and I were musicians, played on this very stage. School started in September for Tim. He got to go to Xavier High School on a scholarship for 2 days. September 11th, my eldest brother, Danny, a Norwood policeman, and he went to a Reds game downtown. On their way home that Tuesday night, about 11 o'clock, late, dark, he's driving up Marion, going up the hill at Highland to go up to Buxton. Some of you know where that is. Some drunk, driving 60 miles an hour, no headlights, on a residential street coming out from the White Castle on Highland Avenue. Didn't see my brother didn't see him. Danny thought it was okay, here we go. Smashes right in the side of his car. My brother broke his neck, he was dead on the scene. He went over and hit my nephew Tim in the head and bashed in his head. Tim was still alive. They took him to the University Hospital. There, I was a medical social worker, so I got to go in, and there's this beautiful, beautiful, great, wonderful young kid, all intubated, tubed up. I knew he wasn't going to survive because I worked with that kind of people as a social worker. But we had hope. So Friday night, we had a funeral for Danny. The police were all there, the whole big thing. That night, they took Tim off life support, and he died. So Monday, we had another funeral for Tim. This time, all his friends, imagine this whole group of people, at least this many, that all knew Tim, because he just had graduated in May, and this is September. They all came to the funeral. And then after a few minutes, they disappeared. Well, where'd all these kids go? And a few minutes later, they came back, lined up, one at a time, and took the tassels from their graduating caps and placed them in Tim's casket, one at a time. You can imagine it wasn't a dry eye in the house. So that's why we created this scholarship, and we are happy to award this to Matthew Murphy. Our next presenter is Maria Pence.
I'll be presenting the Julianne Pagoli Scholarship. My mom, Julianne, was a 1977 graduate of Norwood High School. On January 31st, 2014, at the young age of 54, she lost her battle to cancer. She was the most selfless person and always helping someone. Her friends, our friends, family, strangers, the good, the bad, and so many animals. She was there. Losing my mom was a tragedy, and the unexpected loss leaves us missing her every day. It's been 11 very long years without her, but through this foundation, we're able to keep a little piece of her memory alive by helping a deserving student each year further their education and reach their goals. The Julianne Pagoli Scholarship recipient is Reese Grammer. Reese plans to attend Mount St. Joe, majoring in biology for pre-vet. Presenting next is Ted Bolser, son of Tom Bolser.
I am not Ted Bolser. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us right now, so I will be presenting in his name. We're going to be presenting the Tom Bolser Foundation Scholarship. Tom was a very gifted athlete and always had a desire and passion to work with kids and help those who needed it most. His dream was to work with emotional and physically challenged kids and impact their life in a positive way. Tom graduated with a BA degree from UC in special education and a master's in education from the University of Maine. His first several years of teaching were at Dyer School, a public school in Cincinnati for handicapped children. From there, he taught at Northwest High School, followed by 23 years at Norwood Middle School. At Norwood, he developed a program called the Academic Skills Development Program, while starting the Indian Hill Lacrosse Club teams and coaching wrestling at Norwood High School. After 30 years of teaching in Ohio, he began teaching at Holmes High School in Kentucky. His goal was simple: to see each child succeed on and off the field. Tom was a beloved teacher, coach, and mentor. Till this day, his effect on people is very apparent. The Tom Bolser Foundation Scholarship recipient is Brody Hooks. Presenting next is Mr. Dick Bolden.
I'm representing the Bolden family and presenting the Bolden Family Scholarship. I was a student in the Norwood City Schools and then taught for 18 years and did some coaching in this school. This scholarship is in honor of our parents, John and Wanda Bolden, our sisters, Connie Bolden, Wilhelm is their name, class of 59, Peggy in the class of 65, and my brothers, Carl in the class of 57, myself 64, Jack 68, and Jim 70. Our family has been involved in this school system starting with when Carl began in kindergarten in 1944 and continued through 2017 when Jack retired from coaching as an assistant women's basketball coach. That's a total of 73 straight years that Boldens were involved in the Norwood school system. It is my honor to be a part of this family scholarship and to be presenting it to a student at Norwood High School. The Bolden Family Scholarship recipient is Logan McGinnis. Presenting the next is Devin Lawler, Norwood High School teacher and former coach of Jennifer Huber.
Another switch out. Mr. Lawler is teaching an AP class, and the exams are coming up next week, so due to the OSTs, which we just finished up, he needed some time with those students. He would be presenting the Jennifer Huber Scholarship. Jenny Huber was a student in Norwood and also played soccer. She was always enthusiastic and conscientious person who was able to bring out the best in others. She defeated cancer twice on 2 separate occasions, once in her childhood, and was always courageous in the face of hardship. But unfortunately, she passed at the end of her freshman year. Jenny was a part of the graduating class of 2012. Jenny will forever live on in the hearts and minds of the Norwood student body and community. The Jennifer Huber Scholarship recipient is Lainey Murphy. Presenting next is Donna Lake, wife of alumnus Bob Lake and mother of alumni Rebecca and Kevin Lake.
My husband Bob, class of 1968, and I were the first generation in our families to attend college, as many of you probably did, working nights and summers and weekends. We both obtained our degrees that allowed us to have fruitful careers and save for the future education of our children. We were fortunate to have our son Kevin graduate from Norwood High School in 1995 and Rebecca in 1999. Both received scholarships from the foundation and went on to attain degrees of their own. I'm happy to say that they both have wonderful careers and families. Because we all understood the importance of education and giving back, the Lake family endowed a scholarship in 2019 in the hopes of assisting future Norwood graduates the opportunity to further their education and to have a career of their own. We're honored to be part of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation and wish you the very best as you leave Norwood High School to pursue your own dreams. And the Lake Family Scholarship recipient is Lacey Brown. The next presenter is alumna Melinda Tarter.
Melinda's not here either, so I'm filling in. Tarter Family Scholarship. The Tarter family, like so many other families from the Appalachian region, moved to Norwood in the early 1960s. Mr. and Mrs. Tarter weren't well-known politicians or family store owners. They were simply your average workaday parents who were looking to provide a better future for their children. Having lost her parents at a young age and then her only sibling, Melinda wanted to ensure that the Tarter family name would leave some kind of legacy for the future generations of Norwood students. This scholarship is in honor of her family, their deep love for all types of music, and for the unforgettable teachers at Norwood who would forever change their lives for the better. The Tarter Family Scholarship recipient is Hannah Hubbard. Presenting next is Doris Riddle, retired Norwood High School teacher and foundation trustee.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to the class of 2025. I will be presenting 7 scholarships. The first is the Adam Cox Scholarship. Adam was a graduate and salutatorian of the 1999 class. He was a 4-year starter and team captain senior year for the wrestling team. Sadly, while attending Ohio State University, Adam passed away of cancer at the young age of 21. Though Adam's life was cut short, family and friends will always remember his joyful life. and the compassion he had for others as a testament to the person Adam was then and would still be today. The Adam Cox Scholarship goes to Noah Davis. Next is the Farmer Family and Class of 1946 Scholarship. Honoring Eileen O'Dowd Farmer, Farrell Farmer, Robert Dowell Farmer, and the Class of 1946. Farrell Farmer was a 1946 graduate of Norwood. He was generous, caring man who became a valuable trustee of the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. He was very interested in helping the class of 1946 and his own family to establish scholarships by donating large sums of monies on numerous occasions. Members of the class of 1946 set up a scholarship to honor the memory of the Farmer family and their efforts. The Farmer Family Scholarship recipient is Jose Garcia Zetina. Jose plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in electrical engineering. Next is the Florence Nolte Scholarship. Miss Nolte was hired by the Norwood Board of Education in 1953 as a counselor for students from the Norwood View District through high school years and served for 23 years. She received a prestigious award from the Cincinnati Guidance and Personnel Association, recognizing her leadership and involving students and parents in guidance situations. An anonymous donation for $6,500 was received, and the donor designated that a scholarship be set up in Miss Nolte's name. Like many of our scholarships, former students, relatives, and businesses connected to Norwood have fond memories and appreciation for their connections to Norwood. The one clue to this donor is that he was counseled by Miss Nolte while a student at Norwood High School and became a successful entrepreneur. The Florence Nolte Scholarship recipient is Stella Martin. Next is the Eileen Parrish Scholarship. Eileen Parrish taught English and Latin at Norwood High School. During her tenure, she also served as department head, Norwood Teachers Association president, and Scholarship Foundation trustee. She was a lifelong learner in many fields. Colleagues described her as capable, willing, agreeable, and precise, with a subtle sense of humor that made her an interesting person and friend. It is my honor that she was department chair when I first came here. The Eileen Parrish Scholarship recipient is Isaiah Current. The Marilyn Whistler Scholarship. Marilyn Whistler, known to her friends and students as Whiz, served Norwood students as a physical education teacher and a counselor for many years. Upon her death in 1978, she left her retirement assets to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation to help students further their education. The Maryland Whistler Scholarship recipient is Carly Buchanan. Next is the Peggy Buck Freihoff Scholarship. Peggy Buck Freihoff graduated from Norwood High School in January 1942. She and her husband Robert reared 3 children who also graduated from Norwood. After a massive stroke in 1982, Peggy exemplified courage, patience, and perseverance as she struggled daily for a fulfilled life until her death in 1991. The Peggy Buck Freihoff Scholarship recipient is Cheyenne Reynolds. Cheyenne plans to attend the Christ College of Nursing, majoring in sonography. Last, I have the Mildred and Frances S. Hannaford Scholarship. Frances Hannaford graduated from Norwood High School in 1919 and later married Mildred Kelly Hannaford. Because of his love of Norwood, he chronicled the history of the city and the school district in a series of photographs. In addition, Mr. Hannaford was a well-known architect in the city of Cincinnati. At Mr. Hannaford's death, the Scholarship Foundation received a generous contribution from his estate. The Mildred and Frances S. Hannaford Scholarship recipient is Jose Garcia Zatina. Presenting next is Brian Lampus, alumnus, friend of Brian Howard, Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation trustee.
Good afternoon. I have 8 scholarships. I'm a lot taller, I guess, than the rest of them. The first one that I have is the Kenneth and Diane DeGarro Cundiff Scholarship. Kenneth and Diane met at Norwood High School, were both good students and well-liked by their classmates. As a serious competitor, Kenneth played all sports. His teammates described him as skilled, fast, and fierce. Diane was salutatorian and went on to complete her education at Xavier University in medical technology and had a career at Tri-Health Hospitals. Kenneth spent his professional years in the wholesale produce industry, where he was a favorite of customers and was respected for his integrity and knowledge. Both Kenneth and Diane have since passed away. Diane is remembered by her daughters as saying, "Tomorrow is another day." When life got busy, tough, and frustrating, she would remind them that tomorrow would bring a new opportunity. The Kenneth and Diane DeGarro Cundiff Scholarship recipient is Haley Beresford. Haley plans to attend the Christ College of Nursing to major in nursing. Next is the Harold Bates and Carl Albrecht Scholarship. Mr. Harold Bates was principal and superintendent from 1934 to 1956. He started co-op programs and night school programs, encouraging Norwood citizens to broaden their education. Carl Albrecht was principal of Williams Avenue School and Norwood High School. In 1956, he became superintendent. He was known as a man of strong character and gentleness, kindness, and a friendly personality. The Harold Bates and Carl Albrecht Scholarship recipient is Reese Grammer. Next is the Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist Scholarship. Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist was a 1953 Norwood graduate and daughter of Dr. William Rodenberg. She attended the University of Kentucky, receiving a degree in library science. She married her high school sweetheart, Jim Gilchrist. Ann is remembered as a woman of integrity and character. The Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist Scholarship recipient is Nadia Merriweather. Next is the Harry Bingham MD Scholarship. Dr. Bingham graduated from Norwood High School in 1941. He went on to medical school at the University of Cincinnati. He was called to serve his country during the Korean War, where he was a battalion surgeon. After the war, Dr. Bingham returned to Norwood to open his practice. He is the founding father of the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association. Doc had spent much time, energy, and personal finances in support of the Alumni Association. Dr. Bingham is beloved by the Alumni Association, beloved to the extent that both the Alumni Brick Park and the Alumni Room are named for him. The Dr. Bingham MD Scholarship recipient is Caleb Hinton. Next is the Neil Joseph Quinn Scholarship. Neil was a 1958 graduate of Norwood High School and went on to continue his secondary education at the University of Cincinnati and Xavier University, majoring in communications. At the time of his passing in 2017, he was the Director of Commercial Property Management for Town Properties Management Company, where he was known by his coworkers as Father Quinn. Neil's co-workers thought so highly of him that they wanted to continue his memory at Norwood High School and created a scholarship for a Norwood High School graduate that exemplified his qualities. The Neil Joseph Quinn Scholarship recipient is Cheyenne Reynolds. Next is the John C. and Betty Dorsey Porter Scholarship. Mr. John Porter was a 1937 graduate of Norwood. Mr. Porter was a very special citizen of Norwood who dedicated himself to serving the community and schools. He was a chairman of the board of Fidelity Federal Savings and Loan. He responded to the needs of Norwood, and for his service over the years was recognized as the Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year. In his memory, Fidelity Federal established a scholarship in his honor. The John C. and Betty Dorsey Porter Scholarship recipient is Haley Beresford. Next is the Karen and Clark Eads Family Scholarship. Karen and Clark Eads grew up in Norwood, met at Waterworks Park, graduated from Norwood High School, married and remained in Norwood, raising their only child, Clark, who also graduated from Norwood, class of 1968. They worked for many years in Norwood, teaching and coaching many now Norwood alumni. After retiring, their hearts remained in Norwood, and they forever enjoyed lending a helping hand to any family, friends, or Norwood students who needed it. Throughout the years, they eagerly purchased coats, books, and other necessities for Norwood students and classrooms. Those who knew Clark Eads fondly called him Mr. Norwood, as he was dedicated to all things Norwood. He was instrumental in the creation of the currently thriving Norwood Alumni Room and Association, and through these, his memory lives on. His family jokes that even though he completely adored his family, he may have loved Norwood just a little bit more. Karen and Clark Eads would be ecstatic to assist in furthering the education of a deserving Norwood student. The Clark Eads Family Scholarship recipient is Eli Ham. And last, but certainly not least to me, is the Brian Howd Scholarship. Brian Howd was my lifelong best friend. We met in kindergarten at Sharpsburg and graduated in 1992, remaining best friends the whole time. Brian had boundless energy and he knew how to have fun like nobody I've ever met. When he was here at Norwood, he was a member of the Silhouettes and he excelled at academics. At the age of 27, Brian was diagnosed with colon cancer, and a year later he passed away. So family and friends and I got together. We wanted to establish a scholarship in his name. We want his legacy to live on, and we wanted to award it to students that did some of the same types of things he did while they're here at Norwood High School. So I feel very honored to present this scholarship in Brian Howd's name to Brianna Howard. Presenting next is Lily Peter, class of 2020 alumna.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here today to announce the recipient of a scholarship on behalf of the class of Norwood High School, class of 2020. Many of my classmates are graduating college, starting careers, getting married, having children, and establishing their lives. I'm so excited to welcome you, the NHS class of 2025, to all the new experiences that await you. I want to thank Ms. Christina Early for helping us put this together. When COVID canceled our spring sports, prom, and graduation, she suggested we make this scholarship using the funds we had raised, and I can't think of a better way to represent our time at Norwood. To the recipient of this award, the class of 2020 has a few requests of you. First, we ask you to see creative solutions when your world gets challenging. Next, be generous even during hard times. Last and most important, enjoy every moment as your time comes to an end here at Norwood High School. The class of 2020 scholarship recipient is Lainey Murphy. Presenting the next is Norwood High School teacher Ashley Martin and friend of Don Deems.
Good afternoon. I am honored to be presenting the scholarship in recognition of my good friend and former colleague, Donald Deems, who many of you know. Just last year, he was sitting on the stage up here as a trustee on the Scholarship Foundation. He's also a beloved English teacher at Norwood High School, who is currently enjoying his first year of a glorious retirement. But his impact on students lives on today and for many years to come. Mr. Deems was raised in a household where education and learning was of the utmost importance. So it seems fitting that his lovely mother thought the best retirement gift for her son would be to sponsor a scholarship in his name for a Norwood student. When I talked to his mother recently, she said she just hoped it would go to a student that he had had a connection with. And indeed, it does. This student is an impressive learner, a great writer, a thoughtful person. When I was editing the yearbook a few days ago, I saw that her senior quote will read, "Ultimately, every human is their own writer." I couldn't think of a more appropriate way to honor Mr. Deems than by presenting this scholarship to Nina McKenzie. Nina will be attending my alma mater, The Ohio State University. And next up to present is Chris Hall, alumnus, and Norwood City Schools Alumni Association member.
I have 6 scholarships to present to deserving students. The first one is the Sandy Woosty Hyman Scholarship. The Sandy Woosty Hyman Scholarship is sponsored by funds donated to the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association by Sandy several years ago. Sandy was a 1961 graduate of Norwood High School, and after graduation, she went to work for Carl H. Linder, a local financier from here in Norwood. First at United Dairy Farmers in their corporate offices, and later with American Financial Corporation, a multi-billion-dollar company. She became one of the top business persons in the entire country. Sandy was inducted into our Distinguished Hall of Fame in 2009. The motto of the Alumni Association is "Give Something Back," and Sandy certainly does this by providing the funding for this scholarship to a deserving Norwood High School student. The Sandy Woosty Hyman Scholarship recipient is Olivia Gervasio. Now, as a trustee of the Norwood Alumni Association, I'm very pleased to present 5 scholarships from the Alumni Association. The Norwood City Schools Alumni Association is dedicated to preserving the history and traditions of the Norwood school system. It is committed to having a positive effect on the lives of today's and tomorrow's students. With the motto, "Give Something Back," the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association's mission and objective is to advance the interests and actively promote and support the programs and activities of Norwood City Schools and the Alumni Association. They support programs such as student scholarships, mini grants for all Norwood schools, special funding for school projects, including athletic and music departments, to name a few. In addition, they host various fundraisers and recognitions such as the Halls of Fame, honoring distinguished alumni and athletics, Alumni Brick Park, and various social events. This year, the Norwood Alumni Association is awarding 5 scholarships, and I'll be happy to present those. The first recipient is David Hatfield. David will be attending Wright State University, majoring in music education. The second recipient is Tess Pickett. This is going to go fast, I think. They're all up here now. The next recipient is Michaela Bryce. Next is Haley Beresford. And the final scholarship is Graham Metz. Presenting next is Angela Barber, alumna, Norwood High School Guidance Secretary and Foundation Vice President.
The first scholarship I'm presenting is the Miranda and Pete Ventura Scholarship. Last year, Miranda and Pete Ventura decided to create this scholarship to give back to the Norwood community. Pete grew up in Norwood and has always had a fondness for the area and its people. As his wife Miranda grew to love Norwood as well, they created the Ventura Builders Group. They began revitalizing older homes as well as buildings such as the former Fidelity Federal Building, now the Ventura Event Center, and the former Ted's Pawn Shop in South Norwood, which is now Birdie's Coffee Company. The Ventura Builders Group is currently revitalizing more of Montgomery Road and are excited for the new changes. It has been important to them as their success grew to give back to the Norwood community that has supported and helped them over the years. Miranda and Pete understand the importance of education and are excited to give back by supporting a scholarship through the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation for a deserving Norwood High School student. The recipient of the Miranda and Pete Ventura Scholarship is Olivia Gervaccio. Next is the Bob and Luann Lawhorn Education Fund Scholarship. Bob Lawhorn was a proud graduate of Norwood High School's class of 1968 and went on to study at the University of Cincinnati. Although Bob only moved to Norwood during his high school years, he quickly adopted Norwood as his hometown. Many years have passed since Bob was a student, but he never forgot where he came from and always spoke of his love for Norwood High School and the community. Bob's wife, Luann, created the Lawhorn Education Fund in 2005 to memorialize her husband after his passing. Sadly, in September of 2020, Luann lost her battle with cancer, and to carry on Bob and Luann's legacy, her name was added to the scholarship. They promoted the value of education and knew firsthand the difficulties of financing higher education. Luann spent her career in higher education administration and Bob in the student loan industry. Every year since 2006, the Lawhorn Foundation has granted a scholarship to a Norwood graduate attending the University of Cincinnati. This 4-year scholarship, worth up to $10,000 per year, allows them to focus on their studies and start their careers, alleviating the burden of most of their tuition debt. As their foundation continues their generosity to Norwood High School, we are excited to announce that the recipient of the Bob and Luann Lawhorn Education Fund is Eli Ham. Hazel and Theodore Johnson Scholarship. The Hazel and Theodore Johnson Scholarship Foundation was set up to assist students in paying for their first year of college. Each year, scholarships are awarded to students who fit the requirements set forth by Mrs. Johnson prior to her death. The requirements included having a specific GPA and would be pursuing their degree at any branch of the University of Cincinnati. Being an educator, Hazel felt that all students should have the opportunity to attend college to further their education. As the financial needs grew over the years, the scholarship fund began renewing these scholarships past the first year to continue helping with tuition needs for all 4 years, allowing students to further their education as Hazel wanted. The following students are all recipients of the Hazel and Theodore Johnson Scholarship. The first is Gabriel Moeller. Gabe will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in Applied Graphic Communications. The next is Mackenzie Hartzell. Mackenzie will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in Occupational Therapy. And the last is Nadia Merriweather. Next is the Emerson Brumback Scholarship. Emerson Brumback graduated Norwood High School in 1969 and from Northern Kentucky University in 1973. Emerson created this scholarship for a Norwood High School graduate attending the Northern Kentucky University in hopes to empower a promising young individual to pursue their educational aspirations, creating pathways to opportunity that might otherwise remain closed. This scholarship represents his commitment to removing barriers to higher education, recognizing that investing in these students yields dividends not only in their personal growth and career development, but also strengthens our communities and economy through a more skilled, innovative workforce. Supporting these graduates at this critical juncture in their lives acknowledges their past achievements while fueling their potential to become tomorrow's leaders, problem solvers, and change makers. The Emerson Brumback Scholarship recipient is John Baker. Howard and Jean Constable Humanitarian Scholarship. Howard and Jean were high school sweethearts and graduated from Norwood High School in 1940 and 1941, respectively. Before enlisting in the Navy, he worked for Wright Aeronautical, making engines for aircrafts. Howard enlisted in the United States Navy during World War II after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. While on leave from the Navy on September 30th, 1942, Howard and Jean married and lived in Norwood. Howard went on to graduate from Miami University with a bachelor's degree and joined General Electric, where he worked for 38 years as a production control manager until his retirement. Howard and Jean were very active in the Norwood Alumni Association and the Wyoming Presbyterian Church. They were married for 72 years before her passing in 2015 at the age of 90, and Howard passed in 2022 at the age of 100. The scholarship was set up by a close family friend named Andrew because they showed him love his entire life after his own father died when he was only 7. He never forgot what they did for him and wanted to share their memory by supporting their former high school. Friends say they made the world a better place. The Howard and Jean Constable Scholarship recipient is Olivia Lewis. Olivia plans to attend Aveda Fredericks Institute for Cosmetology. Presenting again is Tina Akers, Sharpsburg Elementary Principal.
Okay, thanks for hanging in there with us. We are down to the best scholarships. They are the Norwood Elementary PTA scholarships. I will be presenting for Sharpsburg Elementary, and our recipient, if you don't know, we ask for students that have gone through our school systems or our elementaries to write some thoughts about their experiences. And something stood out about this particular student that I'm going to award this to. This student went to Sharpsburg Elementary, K through 6, so that's back when 6th grade was still down there in the elementaries. And throughout the ups and downs of elementary life, the lessons that this recipient learned stood out to us. Her words: Sharpsburg made me who I am today, a leader, a hard worker, and not afraid of the new world ahead of me. Because by stopping my fears, I was able to make the best memories any kid could ask for. Sharpsburg PTA scholarship goes to Reneen Kassam. Presenting Norwood View, for Norwood View is Principal Brooke Gregg.
The Norwood View PTO scholarship recipient was to write to us sharing their best memories of elementary school and how attending Norwood View shaped them into the person they are today. Our recipient attended View kindergarten through 6th grade, and I was lucky enough to have been a staff member at View at the time, having the extreme pleasure of watching her grow up. She reflected in her essay that her time at Norwood View taught her compassion, unity, and dedication, all lessons she plans to utilize as she embarks on an education and career in nursing. Congratulations to Haley Beresford. Sorry about that. Presenting next is Joe Miller, principal at Williams Elementary.
We're there. We've made it. Congratulations to you all again. Congratulations. It is my great pleasure to recognize the Williams Avenue PTA Scholarship winner, Miss Nina McKenzie. Nina McKenzie. And with closing remarks, please welcome back to the stage Norwood High School Principal Mark Gabbard.
As the principal of the high school, a trustee of this foundation, and a class member of the Norwood graduating class of 1989 myself, I congratulate each and every one of you. Also to the parents, helping out in the pocket always helps. Congratulations again. Families, if you would like to get some pictures at this time, we'll be dismissing everyone over to the high school library for some cookies and punch, a little reception. And if you want to get some pictures here, you're welcome. We invite you back to have you talk with some of the scholarship that you had received tonight. Thank you very much, and we will see you in just a few. Stay on the stage for just a second. We're going to get a group picture. Yeah, you guys can flow over this way a little bit.